Buenos días, Miss Verónica Limones. Les saluda Marisela Salán y Eli Gutiérrez. Nos gustaría agradecerle por su tiempo y disposición para participar de esta entrevista. El objetivo de esta es recopilar información sobre scaffolding as a teaching method to enhance EFL learners' writing skills y conocer sus experiencias y perspectivas sobre este método. Las preguntas se realizarán en inglés y las respuestas en español. Vamos a empezar con la primera pregunta. How do you think scaffolding can help students improve their English writing skills?
Believe scaffolding is essential because it can provide students with structured support while they are developing different skills, and mainly the most complex skills in terms of writing. So it breaks down the, the writing process into a smaller, into manageable steps like brainstorming, organizing ideas, drafting, revising. So students don't feel the pressure, they don't feel overwhelmed. So over time, as they gain confidence, the support is gradually reduced. So, and they learn to write independently.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Question number 2. How do you adapt scaffolding strategies to meet the needs of students with different English proficiency levels?
Well, I adapt by first assessing a student's current level and then adjusting the amount of guidance that I provide. So for lower level students, I might use sentence starters and also a guided writing, or I make them to model a text. So for more advanced learners, so I focus more on peer review. I encourage peer review, self-editing, and also independent tasks. So what is the idea? The idea is to meet them where when they are, and progressively increasing the expectations that they have.
Thank you, Miss. Question 3. Which scaffolding strategies have been most effective in developing English writing?
Modeling and guided practice, for me, have been the most effective. When students see a clear example of a paragraph or an essay, and they work step by step with teacher monitoring or teacher support, they understand the structure and also the language easily. So, graphic organizers, collaborative writing, preparing them for writing before it have been useful, right, for building this coherence and flow that they need to good writing.
Thank you. Question number 4. In your opinion, what changes have you noticed in students' performance when scaffolding is used in writing activities?
Um, the most noticeable change is that students can produce more organized and coherent text. So their grammar, their vocabulary also have improved. All right. So they feel more secure experimenting. And in addition, we can say that their confidence grows. So they are less afraid to make mistakes and also more willing to share their work.
Thank you, Miss. Question 5. What difficulties have you observed in students when they develop English writing activities without support?
Well, without support, without the scaffolding, students most of the time struggle with organizing their ideas. So, which results are unclear for them. So, they also tend to repeat simple vocabulary and also avoid sentence or more complex sentence structures because they lack confidence. So they can feel anxious or frustrated, which affect in a negative way their motivation.
Question number 6. In your opinion, what limitations or challenge do you encounter when apply scaffolding in teaching English writing?
Well, I think that one challenge can be the time because you know that it is like a process, so it needs planning. So and also being focused in an approach. So, which can be difficult with maybe with large classes and also with limited hours. I mean, when you have only an hour class or 2 hours class. And another limitation can be that some students become too dependent on the teacher's monitor or support. Okay, so it is important to keep this balance in terms of the time.
Question 7. Based on your experience, what scaffolding activities would you recommend to improve coherence, grammar, and vocabulary in English writing?
Well, for example, for coherence, I recommend using graphic organizers and also activities that follow up sequences before writing. It's like doing a plan before writing. So for grammar, different sentence exercises and also guided editing. So these are effective for them. And for vocabulary, to help the students to expand this, we can use, for example, a collocation charts, word banks. So in this way, students must replace basic vocabulary with other alternatives.
Thank you. Question number 8. How does gradual teacher support influence students' motivation and confidence in writing in English?
Well, gradual support make students feel safe, feel confidence at the beginning. And through the supported classes, right, also their fear decreases. So they realize that they actually write on their own, okay, on their own. So this sense of advance or progress, so increases the motivation and also help students to build self-confidence. So they start to see writing not as as a difficult task and also as a skill that they can do it, they can master and achieve step by step. So like a process.
Okay, Miss, thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge about this method that helps improve students' writing.
Thanks to you to consider